What's up, friends? This is Jazz bringing you a new video. Now, this might necessarily not be a series. Might be a one-time thing, it might be a series, but it's gonna be what video games mean to me. Like, I've played video games as long as I could remember. As young as 5 or 6 years old. Like, I remember when I was in primary, I was such a little terror. Well, not so much so in one way, but I would always, be hyperactive, and they had to use a sticker reward system for me that if I had more good days than bad in that week, I can get a reward or something, and renting out the PlayStation was one of them, and I would always get Rugrats Search for Reptar. That was my absolute favorite game. Now, another funny story, I have, but when I say had, I don't mean that they're gone, but it just doesn't apply anymore. But I had a cousin who always, I felt, was bullying me, right? Like, I was almost afraid of them when I was younger. Hindsight now, I know it's not their fault. Like I didn't quite understand disabilities or mental health. I mean, at 6, to me, they were bullying me. So one day that cousin was down and I had the PlayStation and Rugrats Search for Reptar. I'm like, well, it's in my house, it's mine. I know technically it wasn't mine, but I'm like, I don't have to let them play it, right? And you're probably thinking, well, they probably were picking on you then, right? Nope, not at all. They were being actually really good. I was just being an a-hole, and my mom wouldn't let me at it. She kept sending me to my room, and then I would say, oh, I'll share, only to turn my back and be a little ass one again. And I just feel so bad for my cousin, because to me, it was getting revenge. To that cousin, it's like I was doing something when they weren't doing anything wrong. Like, that memory still really sticks in my mind now as an adult. Like, pardon my language, but I was a real piece of crap in that moment. But on to a little bit of a lighter situation. You're thinking, well, where's Pokemon? Pokemon, that really started becoming a part of my life when I was 7. And I remember I would get my aunt's nephew, my chosen aunt, to keep helping me through the cave. And then he was like, Jazz, how about you just read the guidebooks? Now, you could argue, 7 years old, you had special needs, and the guidebook was still pretty, hard book, right? It's probably not for unless you're normally 9 years old or older, right? But I actually learned to read it at a very young age. That was one of the first things that I can remember actually reading, right? And when I started looking at the guidebook, I was able to do, the dungeons that I always got my aunt's nephew to do for me. And so when you think about it, because of Pokemon, which is a video game, I learned to read better, something that was even a higher age level, just because I wanted to be able to do it myself. I mean, I guess I can thank my aunt's nephew for telling me to do it, and yes, I do, but it was because of a video game that I learned to read better. I just feel because I wanted to learn to read it. Now, one of the biggest things about video games for me is I also find that it's kind of an escape, if you know what I mean. Like, I've found it helped me a lot with my uncle's passing. Like, I got some new games, and I played them quite a bit. Like, I played the TCG Card Shop Simulator and really almost went in and out with that game and enjoyed it. And another big memory is that I played a lot of games with Winnie. That is one of the biggest memories for me. I think I beat at least 2 or 3 games, maybe a little more, with her there, including Stardew Valley. Maybe I didn't complete Stardew Valley, but we had a farm together, and I called it our farm. And yes, I know a cat doesn't fully understand that type of context, but it was just special that we did it together, and it kind of made it easier for me and her to bond in a way over it. I mean, what I find so funny is that when the balloons went across the street at the community center, she just turned her head and looked at it like she was watching them fly by, and I just absolutely loved that. Now guys, I'm not saying that you should completely always, go in yourself and just play games and escape the reality altogether. It's a good coping mechanism, but it shouldn't be I'm giving that audiences who are saying, oh, are you saying that you should always escape in video games? No, it isn't healthy. And I don't encourage it, right? Again, I don't want to get sued. Like, even though it's something that I do, doesn't mean it helps everyone, right? There's only so far with anything you should go. But I found for me that even for a short period, playing those games gave me a bit of happiness during those times. So, again, video games have always been like a big thing for me. I mean, when you think about it, I have video games to also thank for this channel. I started it mostly for like Pokemon stuff and then Let's Plays, and then I talk about games, and yeah, I know I talk about and do a lot of other things now, but through the heart of it, for the longest time, my channel was a Let's Playing channel. And when you think about it, if it wasn't for YouTube, I would not have met my boyfriend, the N-Man64. Honestly, yes, you could argue that I can thank YouTube for that, and yes, I do, absolutely. But, again, I started the channel because I wanted to show my love of games. Yes, it might have been Pokemon at the very beginning, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, really, video games have pretty much impacted my whole entire life, and it probably always, will. Even though I've been slowing down on overly playing them all the time, they'll always be there as a way for me to escape for a short little period if I need to. But I am going to start to be more mindful of that I shouldn't always escape by them. I think it is a fine balance between using it as a way to escape and for a short brief time and letting it take over your whole entire life and persona. But again, I don't know where my life would be today without video games, and I'm glad that they will always still be a part of my life. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe, and help this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.